Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvaney. I'm here with Dan Schultz to my left, Mike Godwin to my right. How we doing today, guys?
Doing great.
I'm doing great.
Can't
also.
wait to get the playoffs started.
I know, I'm excited.
I'm pumped, yeah.
I'm excited. Play all time, and there's nothing else like it. All right, let's get started. We're going to recap this past week's games in the A Division. It was our makeup week from, I believe it was February 9th. Some of the games got snowed out. So not everyone played. We had 9 games total, so 6 of them were A games, then 3 of them B games. So let's start off with Here We Go Again in WSI, which I think Mike predicted incorrectly.
And Jake let me know after the game.
Mike, is this your first time ever getting one wrong?
I think it is, actually, to be honest with you. But, I mean, it was obviously a fluke because I don't really get anything wrong.
Well, you got this really wrong because Here We Go Again destroyed their back WSI team.
Yeah, Jake just gave me a slick, oh, well, we're going to lose by 7, huh, Mike? After the game.
You deserved it.
I said that? I never said that, did I?
Yeah, that's why he never gets anything wrong, because he's got very selective memory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I only remember the ones I get right.
now I've been giving Brendan O'Brien a hard time for weeks now. Well deserved.
And you know what? And his free throws this game, more than deserved.
That's exactly what I was going to start
Yeah,
off with.
I know.
4 for 11, Brendan, from the free throw line. I don't care about 8 for 14 from the field. I don't care about it. I don't care about 9 rebounds.
Or 2 assists. Or
All I see is, it's actually in bold on my sheet because I want to remember to talk about it,
yeah.
is 4 for 11 from the free throw
You
line.
can't be missing free throws down the stretch.
He actually missed like 4 straight. And after he missed the 4th one, the next possession, X subbed him out. He said, you suck, get out of there.
Well, you look down at Jake, a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yes.
So,
4 for 11 from 3.
yeah, but obviously free throws should be,
That's true.
I mean, I don't want to talk about free throws, but they should be gimmies. You know?
Speaking of Jake for a second, I just want to say I'm concerned about his well-being because in our weekly How Did You Guys Do Facebook post, Jake only used 1 exclamation point. In
Only 1?
Only 1.
He's known for at least 2 or 3.
I think 3's the minimum. So I feel like, I don't know, just 1, that hints to me that he's souring on his team a little bit. He's tired of doing all the scoring, and all this.
Doing all the scoring.
He's been excited all year long, and the fact that we don't know what kind of Brendan O'Brien we're going to get every game, and the fact that he only used 1 exclamation point, that's a big
concern.
that's a big red flag for me. I mean,
Tired of doing all the scoring.
I think he's getting burned out. He's going at a Kevin Durant pace all
They have
season.
4 players in double figures.
But they have only 6 guys that showed up. How many guys with check
I would
marks
say
next to their
4 out of
names that
6
didn't
in
show
double
up?
figures is pretty good.
I know, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had 6 guys. Half of their team didn't show up.
Well, more importantly than that, even Joe Toney, 10 for 15 from the field, 23 points.
Yeah.
Led them to
8
victory.
rebounds.
Yeah, I didn't even touch on the rebound.
Tony
yet.
and Royal were both picked up as free agents. Are you kidding me?
Huge pickups.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, Sean Jackson's having a hard time finding a team now, and these guys are getting picked up and dropping 20 each.
I know.
So let's look at WSI, who I'm very concerned about. Mike's favorite player, Jeremy Jean, average game for him, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah, that's got to be wrong. He had to have had at least triple-double.
Well, he shot well from the field. It's just he didn't, if anything, need to shoot more. Because he's a star caliber player. So.
Him and Mike Boyd.
Well, Mike Boyd, 20 points, but it took him 21 shots to get there. That's a little
He
concerning.
was a little off. He's allowed to have an off game.
He's not totally off the WSI train.
No, and
That's
you know what?
concerning.
Yeah, we kind of jumped off in week 2, I think, long time ago.
Don't jump back on when they win the playoffs.
Once I heard Roger Ingram was not coming back this season, that's
Yeah.
when
Did you give me the most uncomfortable chair?
you actually set the chairs up.
Yeah, that's true. I saw you do it.
I think you're so uncomfortable because of your bad picks.
Yeah.
You're going to be exposed this week.
One bad pick.
Next up, we have, oh no, here comes number 2.
Speak
We
of
have
another one.
the best squad versus Drunk Monkeys. Now, to the best squad's credit, they only had 5 guys. All right, tough to play with 5 guys, especially going against the league's best team in Drunk Monkeys.
I don't understand. This is the 2nd game in a row where 3 or 4, and here we go against 6 guys don't show up. It's like if a football game. It seems like if a football game is on, or if the NCAA tournament is on, Like I'm just speculating that people are just gonna, hey, I need to watch this instead of playing my game or whatever.
I
I
heard.
don't know. I'm just saying.
I heard the coach didn't even let him go on the flight to the game. I heard he said stay home and rest because playoffs are right.
Get your priorities straight. Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh, resting your players. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't rest your players against drunk monkeys, #1 team in the division.
No, I don't agree with it. I just well, actually, didn't the Spurs do that against the Heat?
Yeah, that was a long time ago though, and we almost won that game too. And I say we.
Well, the best squad almost won this game.
That's a bit of a stretch. Drunk monkeys had this game. I mean, it was.
No, the best squad I think was actually up for a little while late. I know you were on the court doing the game, so you'd have to
Drunk
know.
monkeys were in control. Even you could tell.
He must have been sleeping.
You could tell that the best squad, they were happy to be in the game, and the drunk monkeys were just they were going to take over at some point, and eventually they did.
Let me call some stats real quick, and then I want to address Mike on some issues that I'm having about him and drunk monkeys, but I'll get to that in a second. From the best squad, Timon Cartwright, 12 points. Lamar Short, only 13 points. Adam Ahern was a beast in this game. He was, if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have even been in the game. But 26 points, 13 rebounds, and an arm bar with him and Sean Williams. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Chad Johnson, 13 points.
Bar.
Yeah, it was.
Did
Yeah.
you explain that?
I mean, I could go into details. I kind of got tied up, and then, arm bar on each other. I mean, if you want to get up, we can demonstrate if that's what you want. I'm not really sure where you're going with
Dan.
Yeah.
Then for Drunk Monkeys, Lawrence with 18 points, and actually, I heard, not from him, but other players, they said every time he gets called Larry, he gets angry and scores more. So
That's fine. Well, you know what? Larry came over to me, and before the game, I was looking down at the rosters, making sure everything was set. And he came over. I was wearing my Spurs hat, and he hit me on the hat, and then just hit me on the head, and like hit me on the top of the head, hit me on the head, and then like ran off. So
assault.
I remember that. I drove home calmly. I got home. I went to my fireplace and I burned my hat. And I'm expecting a new hat because I don't that's very disrespectful to come over and hit me on that sacred hat. Okay? That's my personal space. Yeah, you're lucky I didn't charge you for assault. I want a new hat by the start. Next time I see you guys play next week.
yeah, he's
I
lucky
want a
you
new
didn't
hat.
get up there, and I know how angry
Yeah.
you get with somebody.
Yeah.
And look, you don't even have your hat on today.
No, I'm waiting. That's why I'm waiting for my new one. I'm waiting for.
I don't
yeah.
think Larry cares, to be honest with you.
Well, he cares when I call him Larry because he wouldn't have hit me on the head unless. So yeah, I mean, I was very hurt as a result.
You're just adding fuel to the fire, Dan.
It's fine. That's okay.
19th Street now for Drunk Monkey.
I will take credit for that, and I think they will agree that I deserve all the credit. So it's fine. Works out.
Terrell Johnson, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Brandon Tunnel with a monster game, 30 points. Now, like I just said, I wanted to get to Mike real quick.
Yes.
Mike, can you please give a public apology to Drunk Monkey for how disrespectful you've been all season long?
All right. Steve, Larry, Brandon, Drunk Monkey. I just want to apologize because
Is it drunk monkey or drunk monkeys?
Yeah, that's whatever we want to
I'm
call it.
probably going to pick you guys to go down in the first round of playoffs again. I mean, this is what I do.
So you're not apologizing for what you've done, you're apologizing for what you're going to do.
Yeah. I still got these teams play 10 times. I got the best squad in 9, and this was Drunk Monkeys 1. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I do apologize, Steve. These are 2 evenly matched teams. You're acting like my pick was so outrageous. So.
You got it wrong.
I got it wrong, but it was a good game.
No one said it wasn't going to be a
This
good
is
game.
the
You just told us after
Arguably.
you made your second pick, you were like, oh, I'm 2-0 now. You got both of them wrong already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on so we can call you out for another game. Actually, this one, it's hard to get this one
Yeah.
wrong.
There's no way
But-
you got this wrong.
Next up, we have Dynasty versus the Crew, who, the score says, the Crew won by 17 points, but the actual game was a little bit better than that, at least for a while. The Crew started off up big, I think 14 points, and then Dynasty just started hitting 3 after 3. Now, I was in shock because this was on court 1.
Yeah,
I didn't think
and,
the ball could even go through the rims outside the arc on this court.
I was going to ask you, maybe you should talk to Teron Moon about court 1. 8 for 10 from 3?
They were probably all nothing but that. If I had to
That's
take,
all you have to do
yes,
is don't hit the rim.
all you have to do. easier said than done. But yeah, I mean,
Looked
wow.
easy for Toronto. I'm looking at the stats.
When Dan shoots, he's always looking for handouts from the ring.
Sorry. I mean, yeah, I'm looking for a friendly bounce once in a while. Not when
12
I
for 20 as a team. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's pretty
percentage.
good. Well, the Crew is a professional sports team. Let's get that out of the way. I'm in the amateur league. So yeah, I mean, the Crew had a very, very good game. The fact that they rested Malthus Richardson and Danny, I mean, holy cow, they still won by 17 points.
Rested. Not Feasts in Texas.
Oh, come on.
He'll probably be back for playoffs.
Yeah, he's at home in Texas wrestling because he commutes to Delaware for every game. How do you not know this? So yeah, the Crew wins by 17. Dynasty, I guess they came to an agreement that 11 points was the max.
Yeah, no more.
No
After
more
they
than-
got to 11, it was clear that you're done for the game.
Yeah. So yeah, 4 guys with 11 points. They've looked better recently, definitely. I forget who did they beat a couple weeks ago. It was a big win. It was a big surprise win.
I think it was Bird Gang.
Yeah, they beat Bird Gang. So they are definitely getting better. I wouldn't call it a dynasty. I would never do that.
But they're going in the right direction.
But they're going in the right
Definitely
direction.
going in the right
Yes.
direction.
I just want to congratulate Corbin Horsey on his record. He has 11
11 personal
fouls.
I must have accidentally hit
You hit
an extra one on this one. 11
I
personal
mean,
fouls is a
That's the
record.
first time I've ever seen 11 personal fouls in a game.
I'm pretty sure that would qualify.
Congratulations,
I'm
Corbin.
pretty sure that would qualify as an assault. 11 personal fouls. You reported that.
I don't think anyone's going to ever break that record.
He was fouling.
Let's talk about the game, not my typos. All right, let's get back to the game. Vern, 11 points. It looked like he was on the sidelines resting for most of this game.
He had another game he had to go to, he said.
So that makes sense. Yeah, he stays pretty busy on Sunday nights. Teron Moon, like you said, monster game, 27 points. And Corbin Horsey, outside of his 11 personal fouls, 17 points. But yeah, I mean, the Crew, they're top team.
They're a professional team.
They
They
are.
should be. If you gave me the Crew versus the Sixers, who would you get? Who would you take?
Well, I mean, the Sixers aren't really a
Why
professional
don't you
team
ever
right
bring
now.
up the Sixers? Why
Just
don't you
say.
bring up the Bucks or something like that?
What?
They're just as bad as the Sixers.
Would you take the Crew over the Spurs right now?
I don't know.
And you're also saying these guys can't play with the best in the NBA? Do you know what league we're talking about here?
Yeah, that's true. I know. We should take over the NBDL and just be like, we got this. We'll take it from here.
The
And
Crew averages the mercy rule. Omar was very excited after the game. He's like, "See, they get mercy rule." So
I love that
kudos
there's
to him.
teams like Omar and then the brothers who they don't get mercy rule, it's a success. Or something.
AJ was not happy about that
I know.
though. He's
I
not
know,
happy that we were
but that's
talking
what that's the
about it being a
information-
win. If it
That's the
wasn't.
information I was given. So I don't know.
No, I like it. I mean, got them all fired up for playoffs. That's what we do.
It's playoff time.
Exactly
man.
what we do.
Mhm.
Next up, we have Hot Shots A versus Grim Squad. Hot Shots A, a little shorthanded in this game. Grim Squad came to play, and they almost stole this one.
Hot Shots A, did they just clear town?
I don't know what's going on with the Hot Shots franchise.
Time out. Keep talking.
Oh my God.
Keep talking.
What a distraction.
Keep talking. I just had the wrong sheet. Good now.
Time out.
I don't know what it is about Hot Shots A. It's like Juwan Carter, Jeff Jones, Luis Santiago. This is like the second week in a row they've showed up.
Wow.
It's like a Western and the bad guys coming to town and everyone just clear shop and no one's in town anymore. That's the Hot Shots A right now. Who's on that team that is actually committed to playing on that team? They had 4 guys, and I mean they still won. To their credit, they still won the game. I mean
Barely.
barely, but hey, 4 against 5. I mean that's always difficult. But Edwin Santiago, huge game, 28 points, 7 rebounds. Hakeem Tucker with 20 points, perfect 7-7 from the field. But yeah, I'm very confused why the last couple of weeks their whole team isn't showing up, and I have to question their commitment. I was planning the championship parade for this team last year around the similar teams that they have now, and now I have no idea. I don't even know if you can call me a contender
I
right
think
now.
they lost Jeff Jones.
Oh, for good? Okay.
If I was given the correct information.
When you look at Grimm squad, I'm seeing some promising things here. 2 players with, around 20 points. John Pullman with 18 and Frank Keurig with 23. That's exactly what they need going into the playoffs. They need 2 to 3 scorers that can get you 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they have a good shot of making some noise in the playoffs.
We'll see. I mean, they still have a long ways to go. I would have liked to see them pull out this win just because, again, it was 5-on-4. I realize Hot Shots A have been, top 7, top 8 team all year. But yeah, I mean, they kept it close, so that's good. But I'm not sure I'm ready. They could definitely, come together and be surprised in the first round, but they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this roster, they're not the same Hot Shots A team that they were early on in the season. Next up, we have Tigers versus Toon Squad. I walked over to watch this game for a little bit. I know you were watching the whole thing since you were on the scores table. When I walk over, the score is 45-40, and Tigers are only up 5 points. So, I sat down next to Corey's brother, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What's going on here, man? They're only up 5 points." Well, all of a sudden he just starts talking nonstop, not to me, to the other team. So I'm pretty sure he willed the Tigers to victory, where I think there was some concerns.
Interesting. Well, definitely whatever he said, or he must have given his brother a motivational speech before the game, because a triple-double, 33 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists for Corey.
Average game for him.
I will say this. I'm tired of seeing triple-doubles from him. Why doesn't he just man up and get a quadruple-double already? We know he can do it. Okay, and turnovers doesn't count.
Well, if he had the
Steals-
11 personal fouls like
That's true.
Corbin did.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, no, in all honesty, huge game from him. Only having 5 guys on their team. Another team with only 5 guys. I swear, like, the NCAA tournament was on this weekend. That had to be a reason why.
I'm sure it had something to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, come on though. Like, you're paying good money for this league. Like, especially against a team that's good like Toon Squad is. But yeah, you're right. It was a close game for most of it, and then Tigers just kind of took over, and Corey just started hitting everything.
And more importantly than any of that, Quana's back 2nd week in a row with a double-double.
Double-doubles, Kawana.
He knows, because before the game, I told him, it's like, I expect nothing less than a double-double. And, I think he's got the message.
Oh, he does. He does. This is the 2nd straight game. 2nd game in a row with the double-double.
So, Stacey Grady, 18 points, 7 of 17. I actually saw felt like 2 or 3 threes in a row coming down the court, which helped put the Tigers up big in this game late. And then we look at Toon Squad. Derrick Henry, 10 points, only 9 rebounds.
Unbelievable.
Here we go.
Mike, would you like to defend him?
No, I'm not even going to say anything about it. Actually,
That means you're really upset.
No, I'm upset that you guys bring it up every week. 9 rebounds. How's that a bad game?
1 more is all we need from him.
Yeah. Why doesn't he get that one more?
And Evan was over there on stats. Evan does not miss a rebound.
That's correct.
He does not.
But he for the most part, Derrick had a good game. Lonnie Ward, 19 points, 14 rebounds. Zane Schneider with 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. So, Toon Squad, I mean, they hung around with Tigers.
Or they were shooting great early on.
Yeah, in the first half they were. Got a little too caught up in the 3-ball game, if you ask me. They should have went more inside. But Tigers are a tough team inside, especially with Kwan and Jermaine Daniels. So, a good lesson for them. I told Derek like last week, I was like, listen, Tigers are probably going to beat you by 20 or 25. So to only lose by 15, it's not too bad.
And, it's promising just because they hung with them for part of this game. So if you can hang with the Tigers, you can hang with anybody.
Yep, absolutely.
Next up, we have Rock Nation versus Light Skin. I believe I called this game going into overtime. Thank goodness it did. I also think I called Brian Dorsey hitting the game-winning 3. Well, he only made 1. So, and it definitely wasn't the game winner. So I was expecting more from Brian during this game. He let me down. And I know he's probably pretty upset that he let me down.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure it's really eating at him. Rock Nation, very good game. Finally, 4 guys in double figures. That might be a team record for them. in terms of, finally we're seeing some consistent scoring output from not just one person, but two. 3 or 4 double figures is very, very good. So I really like that. I think that's a good sign going into the playoffs. They could make a little noise.
Wasn't it a couple weeks ago that one of you said Chris Nixon was only, he was known for his defense?
Yes. I said I wanted more out of him.
I said he was no
Motivated.
That sounds like something I would say.
Big 12-pointer.
Big 12, he had 12
Career high.
points. No, come on. It's disrespectful.
He is Andre Iguodala, so.
Disrespectful.
Darren Ellis, 16 points. Johnny McMillan, 12 points. Julius, 18 points. You mentioned Chris's 12. Then we look over at Flight Skin. 4 points for Dorsey. 10 for Kevin Pancone. Akeem Mace making an appearance. Look at this. I know he was here, he's been in a few games, but I don't think he comes every week. But 13 points. Chris Loeffler, 13 points, and John Maxwell, 13. This, this is kind of like the other game, 11, 11, 11. This one's just 13, 13, 13.
Yeah, Flight Skin.
Maxed out.
Yeah.
Flight Skin has been in a tailspin for most of the season, so, Rock Nation is a good team, but this is a team you should beat because this is the kind of team that you need to beat if you want to be any kind of competitive in the playoffs. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for this week. Thanks for checking us out. Playoff information will be out very soon. So, anything for you guys?
Nothing from me.
All right.
Ready for the playoffs. It's playoff time now.
All right. We'll see everyone on Sunday.